having a great day, and I hope then your next week goes well. So regularly, I think of when I was in high school, I watched cricket. Like I watched it for 2 to 3 weeks to understand the rules. Like I watched everything, all the one the international matches, and the test cricket matches, and basically they didn't have T20 yet. That's for 20 overs. So yeah, so I used to love. I did with over half of all the teams and all the wicketkeepers. So I used to love players like from Sri Lanka, like Kumar Sangakkara, Nuwan Kulasekara, Dilhara Fernando, and Angelo Matthews. And then on the West Indies team, I used to like Marlon Samuels, Dwayne Smith, Ramnaresh Sawan, Shivnarayan Chandapal, and others like Jerome Taylor. Basically used to like half the team, like I said. And then for New Zealand, I like Daniel Vittori, Stephen Fleming, and Ross Taylor. And then I liked Shahid Afridi from Pakistan and Shoaib Akhtar. And Bangladesh, all the names are really, for some reason, I never used to remember their names. But I know one was Tamim Iqbal. So yeah, and in England, I used to love Freddie Flintoff. His real name is Andrew Flintoff, and he's like Jimmy Anderson. His real name is James Anderson, and I used to love a lot of the commentators like Ian Bishop and Michael Holding, and Tony Cozier, Nasser Hussain, and Michael Hazeman. And so yeah, cricket. I always wanted to watch cricket because I wanted to see everybody with that ethic, and also my father wasn't really around, so I wanted to see people, men work. And then also, um, I also wanted to see different people around the world because I wanted to be a kind of person. I didn't want to ever sound mean or anything. And then I actually also wanted to see people's facial expressions because I used to look at people's faces, and around half I didn't really understand what the emotions on their faces meant, so I watched tons of cricket to combat that. Yeah, so I had a really fun time in high school watching cricket. Yeah, but for most of my life I didn't really watch a lot of TV. Like after 4 years old, but when I was in high school I got to watch cricket. But did yeah, so I like to watch T20 cricket because it's shorter. I usually watch 1 hour of T20 cricket, and then I just check the score at the ending. But interestingly, the Women's T20 Cricket World Cup actually started, and I watched a match yesterday between West Indies women and New Zealand women. So basically, yeah, so basically the West Indies women won the match, and I think it's because the New Zealand fielding is not that great. One of the commentators was saying that they usually catch 66% of the balls, but they also said that they won the last T20 Cricket World Cup. So, and I was so surprised that West Indies women chased on that score, but Shimei and Campbell bowled really well. So that's great. Also, Aliyah Aline, she actually took 4 wickets, and Deandra Dottin got Deandra Dottin actually she lost her wicket, so New Zealand got a great wicket. Oh, sorry, how do I pause this live? Somebody is trying to speak to me and is messing up. Hold on. Granny, you're busy, you're busy. Oh yeah, so I had to tell my grandmother that I'm busy. I think she's trying to get in the room, but I need the room to make this video. Yes, I was saying Aliyah Aline took 4 wickets, and she's kind of young, and there's also somebody on the team called Zayda James. So they were saying that two of the main players, like Stephanie Taylor, or maybe it's not Stephanie, it's basically two of the regular West Indies women. I guess they retired now, so now they have younger people on the team that have to do well. And then Jazara Claxton, she's from St. Kitts Nevis, she was on the team too, and she was good, I guess, in singles, but sometimes they were dot balls. She's really new, so I was frightened that they put her at number 5 to try to help to win the match. But Shimei Campbell took up most of the strike, and that's basically the best thing ever to happen. And I learned that Shimeen Campbell is from Guyana. I thought she was Jamaican, but I was completely wrong about that. So hopefully more people in St. Kitts take learning cricket seriously, like people that have great hand-eye coordination and endurance, so that we can have more players on the team like Jazara Claxton and also Mikael Louis from St. Kitts. He actually was on the men's team for a while too, so that's cool. But I think one of his parents is from St. Vincent, but hopefully we continue to do well. So I plan to watch another cricket match next week, this next weekend, I mean, and hopefully we win that one too. I think it's on Sunday actually. Another thing I did, I looked up some songs sung by somebody called Peabo Bryson. His name is Robert too. He died recently, so I looked up his songs on YouTube. There's this YouTube mix with his songs, and he also is a songwriter. So that's really cool that I've been researching his songs, because I think that his songs should go down in history and people should remember him for such a great songwriter and singer that he was. So I still have some more to go through, and every weekend I look up some. And then another thing, I actually watched I forgot to tell you, I actually watched one day international cricket highlights between West Indies and Sri Lanka. I think the first one day international match. One day internationals, also called ODIs, they're 50 overs. They were playing in Jamaica, and I watched the highlights on World Cricket. So I watched some of the 1 hour highlights. It was really fun and exciting for me to watch, and also Major League Cricket is supposed to be coming on in a couple of weeks too in the USA. So the best cricketers are going to be playing, and each team also has international players on it. Like that's regular for regional tournaments. Like a certain percentage of the side, like maybe 40% of the side, they can be from other places. So that's all cool. And then today actually, this afternoon, there's supposed to be a track and field event that I'm supposed to be watching. I think it starts at 4 o'clock. Yeah. And then another thing, I was scrolling online some days ago, and I glimpsed that the Philippines had a 7.8 earthquake. It was so terrible. I saw some buildings breaking up and collapsing, and people screaming and stuff. It was really bad, and I always feel sorry for the Philippines, because I feel like they get extremely strong hurricanes regularly, and now they had an earthquake, and that's crazy. And then I saw that 6.1 earthquake hit off the coast of Cuba, and that's so crazy. Like, these earthquakes are getting too strong. And I also was reading and watching some videos from a Caribbean meteorological and hydrological organization. They had a meeting in the Bahamas for like 4 days, but they put the videos on YouTube, so I've slowly been watching them. I'm on the second video, but I think they have one or two more, and the second video is 4 hours and something. But they did take a lunch break, and they like to take breaks. So basically, I'm learning things. I was speaking about El Nino and droughts and stuff like that, and I was showing the databases that they actually are making, and they said they weren't sure they weren't sure what level of access the public would get, but they know that the scientists themselves would get a lot. And I've also started doing a water course on Coursera, another course, like a third course, but it costs $49 US. But compared to other learning websites, that's not expensive. The teachers, they speak English well, but a few amount of times they don't understand what they're saying, and then the accent is kind of throwing me off. It's from this university in Italy, but the teachers present in English, and they speak with all of jargon and high level language for hydrology. So I was using Google AI and ChatGPT to explain to me different things. And recently, I found a trick. I went to the ChatGPT and told them to explain certain terms to me, like I'm an 11-year-old, and it explained it really well. And it has been helping me a lot. So yeah, So yeah, I plan to do that for hydrology. I'm slowly learning more and more things about hydrology. And then also I got more serious in Duolingo. I stopped learning Hindi, and I also stopped learning Mandarin, but I'm focusing more on Spanish and French. So I'm trying to do lessons of Spanish and 5 lessons of French each day. And hopefully that will help me. Um, that will help me by the end of the year. I'll be really far ahead, and then maybe in the first quarter of 2027, I actually will also be able to get further ahead in Spanish. Oh yeah, so I watched some clips also on YouTube on the Diamond League channel. It's a athletics track and field channel, and I saw that Alison dos Santos, he won the 400-meter hurdles again in Oslo, Norway. And the title of the video said that he left Norwegians half broken. Oh yeah, hooray to how are you doing, Yoshi? Anyway, so yeah, Alison dos Santos, I like him because he got burnt on his head as a baby, and his hair in a certain area does not grow. And I read some time ago, or I heard some time ago, that he lives in Jamaica. Actually, he's from Brazil, but he lives in Jamaica. So that's what I learned about Alison dos Santos. And I actually saw another video from Leslie Tebogo. He's from Botswana and he won the 200 meters. And I'm really happy that he put Botswana on the map and he helps Botswana do such great things. And then Julian Alfred from St. Lucia won the 100 meters. St. Lucia is an island in St. Lucia is an island in the Windward Islands in the Caribbean. And I was so happy that St. Lucia got on the map and they have things to be proud about. They actually speak like French Creole and also English, if you didn't know that about St. Lucia. And then a popular musician from St. Kitts died named Ellie Matty's funeral was on Thursday the 11th, and that actually is a master number in numerology, so it's master number 11. So I thought that it was a cool spiritual day to actually get buried. And his funeral was not even like a funeral, his funeral was like a concert. They were singing and playing instruments and tons of stuff, even when they were going to the to the cemetery. People were dancing and singing. And I love this song from him called Saint Kitts, I Love You. And it's a really fun song. And also, they had his funeral at the Newtown playing field, and I think they did it there for more of the public to be able to attend the funeral. And also, I think they said that he actually was from Newtown. So that's what happened recently in St. Kitts News. And then the Ministry of Health in St. Kitts is moving away from paper records to electronic health records. I knew this for some time now because they have been saying that, but what I learned recently is that Ross University of Veterinary Medicine is actually going to train over 300 health workers in electronic record management. I thought that's really cool that that university is working with our Ministry of Health to help train us so that we can finally move away from paper-based recording and we can have everything in a database. But the only thing is that we're going to need to be able to have people that can fight hackers so they don't disrupt our systems and steal our data or damage computers so our data will be lost. So that's the only thing. But the government really is trying to train people in cybersecurity now. They've been working with this group in Canada. The government pays half of the amount of money, and then if they pass the Security Plus exam and also the whole course material, they can get placed in job placement to try to pay back the money. So yeah, so that's cool. Okay, yes. Oh, so we have this wax apple tree in the garden. I've been eating tons of them, but the last 2 to 3 days I cut down because Google AI told me that you shouldn't eat like 10 wax apples a day. It's not good for you. It could cause stomach problems and other things. But basically, I read you should eat 3 to 4 wax apples a day. So I've just been eating one with every meal because I'm trying to get fiber in my diet because some years ago my father had colon cancer. So I've been trying to eat fruits and or vegetables with every meal. And also sometimes I get whole grain bread, but not all the time. So yeah, but I think that my father's sister also had colon cancer for a while too. But I think both of them actually were in early stages, so they were able to contain it. So it might be a genetic thing, actually. So yeah. Um. Oh yes, another thing. Every Saturday, my mom loves to make pancakes for us, and sometimes sausage or egg or both. And sometimes during the week, she likes to do that too. So it's really cool that she does that, and she actually makes them from scratch. She doesn't use any, what do you call it, yeah, she doesn't use pre-made boxes or anything. She does that, so yeah. And also she likes to make oatmeal porridge also sometimes, and it was great. She made some again, so today I think she puts milk and a lot of sugar in it. So yeah, I used to avoid sugar more, but sometimes I get sugar, but not all the time because I know that sugar is not good for you. And we got strawberry ice cream yesterday. This ice cream truck, they drove around yesterday, and I was surprised that the strawberry ice cream tastes so good because I never used to like strawberry ice cream when I was younger. But then they make their ice cream differently. They try to make their ice cream with a lot less sugar than usual, and it's called I Queens. And then other times during the week, my mom bought us two vanilla popsicles, so that's really cool. And I know that Zac Efron promotes this company called Kodiak Cakes or something like that, and they have pancake mixes they're selling, and all the pancake mixes help wildlife like bears, so that's cool. And then he also was promoting oatmeal, but I'm not certain if it was the same company or not. So yeah, so that's really cool. So how are you guys doing today? I saw that the football World Cup is happening now. I don't really watch football slash soccer, but all the people that entertained about it, and I Show Speed's music video, it was being more popular than Shakira and Burna Boy's music video. And I'm not certain if Shakira or Burna Boy is upset about that, but the FIFA president or whatever, I guess he invited I Show Speed to live stream a lot of football matches because I saw him in two different football matches, and he actually was sitting down next to Amir and he didn't even realize. But yeah, and I saw a video where they asked he was on Fox Sports for a short while, and Thierry Henry and his other footballer was there, and they were asking him who he thinks is gonna win the football World Cup, and he said Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal, definitely, and they kicked him off Fox Sports. So I guess they didn't like that. And I asked ChatGPT why, and they were saying that they don't really like Ronaldo that much or something. So maybe because Ronaldo is more popular than them. I'm not really sure because I don't watch football. So yeah, that's what happened. And then I was watching this other video from Wayne Marshall and Tammy Chin in Jamaica. Those are their musical names, but their real YouTube channel is called Meet the Mitchells, and they have 4 children, but Wayne has one other older child. And what I learned was that was really cool. Their son is in first form, which is grade 7, and he actually, what do you call it? He actually did really well in math. He got 95 or over in math, and his teacher got him this little trophy. And also, he got a 90 and over average in math. So his teacher got him a certificate, and he was saying that his teacher is really good because she gave the class a class party, and that is not what all of the classes do. So that's really cool. So yeah. And my mom was she was listening to something, and I think it was saying that the Sahara dust helps the seaweed grow. So like some countries, including St. Kitts, sometimes they've been having problems with the sargassum washing up on shore. I think it doesn't help animal life. I'm not certainly sure, but basically, it damages the beaches, like for tourists and stuff, if they want to make money from that. Like, I saw this other guy online. He was saying that this tourist was upset. She went to an island and all it had was seaweed on the shore, and she said it should be better than that. But he was laughing at her, saying she went to a different country. Why does she expect everything to cater to her? But I didn't really think it was like that. I think the tourist was kind of correct because people market beaches and stuff like that for tourists to come to. But that's not really the island's fault because it's a recent thing that, like the last couple of years, that seaweed has been washing up on the shores and damaging things like that. So yeah. Oh, so I'm gonna have fun watching cricket every weekend. Like I used to watch tons in high school, but no, I only watch some sometimes. Like I'm a casual watcher of cricket. So yeah, I know that the USA has their team, and hopefully, I've been hoping that more Americans who have found they live in America for a long time join the team because right now it's just like immigrants and children of immigrants that are on the USA's male and female cricket teams. So yeah, and I was reading which other countries that cricket is getting popular in. They said Nepal. I already knew that. They said I think they said Japan. Um, I'm not sure. I think they said Germany, and then they said Uganda has been getting better in cricket, which is really cool. So yeah. Um, Let me see what else can I talk about. Um, well, I love the videotape our animals. Um, I like to record my life. That's why I originally started doing it. But tons of people love watching my animal videos, and right now I try to just entertain the people because they actually love seeing them. Yeah. Let me see what else can I speak about. Yeah. Also, I put on the Methodist Church. My grandmother, like I let her watch like 50 minutes of it. I'm not really religious and or Christian or anything, but I believe in a lot of what the Methodist Church is about. I believe in, but I don't believe some things because I like LGBTQ. So, but they're not really about that in the Caribbean. So that's why I don't really go. And also, I was going through the Old Testament and the New Testament. I already went through all the New Testament already, but for the Old Testament, I was doing it more seriously. But it's too many wars and stealing and killing and taking over people's land and saying that God wants them to this is really crazy. So, and right now I'm on Deuteronomy, but I slowed down a lot instead of looking at like three different Bible chapters or verses a day. I just cut it down to one. So I'm slowly going to the Bible. Hopefully, the Old Testament gets more happy and there's more fun stuff in it. But yeah. But today in the Methodist Church in St. Kitts Wesley Methodist Church in Bastia on Seaton Street, the grade 6 class was there, and a lot of them were helping conduct the service, and they were trying to help them remember that they should continue to pass on the tradition and the heritage of the Methodist Church in St. Kitts Nevis. What I love about the Methodist Church is that way back in history, a lot of the white people in St. Kitts were Methodists. They tried to help the slaves, and they let the slaves go to church with them. So they were against slavery from a long time. So that's really cool. And like last year or the year before, this family from the UK, they went to the service in St. Kitts, and they were so happy they were there because one of their great grandparents, he actually helped slaves in St. Kitts, and he preached in the Methodist Church. So yeah. Speaking of slavery, it's kind of crazy, but some people seem to want it back. Like a lot of people actually seem to want it back. I thought that we were over that now, but a lot of people like the way things actually used to be. Just that not good. I actually got a 1 when I was in high school, which is like a A in Caribbean history, like a all A profile. So different sections, the exam I got an A. But now I'm older, I'm not really interested in history that much. I'm a little bit interested, but I actually find a lot of history too depressing to watch. And then for history, I actually only really like hearing about history from like the oldest person in the world, like whoever is the oldest person still alive in the world. That is how far back I like to learn about history. So yeah, I heard that New York is in like the basketball finals or something in the US or semifinals, and I don't really watch basketball either, but I know that a lot of black people love basketball because most of the players in the USA are black and stuff. And I know some Caribbean people have made teams, like I think Tim Duncan is from the US Virgin Islands or British Virgin Islands or something, but I don't really like watching basketball, like I said. But I used to try to learn to play basketball when I was younger, but I wasn't good either. But I just like to dribble, like when I was 14, I used to like to dribble and stuff, and sometimes I used to like to go down the road to basketball because I tried to shoot hoops by myself, but I kept on getting harassed by this guy. He kept on trying to talk to me and play basketball with me. I didn't really care about any of that. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing I just remembered, we tried Trini doubles. Like I went to Trinidad once, but I watched the doubles and I didn't eat it because I didn't think it was gonna taste that great. So we tried the Trini doubles down the road. It tasted okay. I give it like an 8 on 10. Like they had, make sure they had tamarind sauce on it. It really is an acquired taste. I don't actually expect a lot of people to actually like to eat Trinidad doubles, but it was okay. But I finally ate it because I kept on seeing videos online promoting doubles in Trinidad and Tobago, and even when ISHO Speed was in Trinidad and Tobago, they gave him some doubles to eat. But what I realized after eating the doubles is that I still was hungry after that. It was only $6 EC, but I still was hungry after that. So I'm guessing people eat more than one Trinidad doubles when they're in Trinidad. And then I was scrolling TikTok and this tourist lady in Jamaica was saying they asked if she wanted Scotch bonnet cheesecake and she said yes and she didn't know what it was and she ate it and I guess it burnt up her tongue and everything because I think Scotch bonnet might be the one of the most hottest peppers in the world. I have no idea why they would put Scotch bonnet in cheesecake, and some people in the comments were saying that they were really bad to give her that cheesecake. And she was saying that she found out that she was really white after she ate it, and I'm guessing she means that she has what they call it, spice sensitivity. I know a huge percentage of white people have spice sensitivity and they're not able to eat spices. Yeah. Surprisingly, I saw that in Scotland or Ireland, there were like some racist people burnt down other people's houses. I think that one person killed somebody, so they went after everyone that was an immigrant. And this other guy was saying that when one white person does like a crime like that, nobody comes after everyone who is white, but when one immigrant does something, people want to like kill all the immigrants. And that makes no sense at all because one person doing something has nothing to do with other people. So yeah. I also saw some cool videos the other day on YouTube, like in Vanuatu or somewhere around there in Asia. A little girl was learning surfing, like 12 years old, and I didn't even know they surfed over there, and that's so great. And I used to, when I was young, I used to think surfing was frightening, and I thought only a few amount of people should do it, and I thought that maybe only 2% of people in the world were surfing because it was so dangerous and the waves are dangerous. But I realized some surfers don't care. I actually watched one video some years ago. This lady, she went to surf in the highest wave in the world and she lost an arm or something. But then she recovered and she still continued to surf after that with missing one arm. So I guess she's a high sensation seeker and she loves the thrill or whatever of surfing. So yeah, but surfing school, and I think something is called a billabong or something. I'm not sure if it's a surfing tournament. I don't really remember, but I, it's a weird name to have. Like, but yeah, hopefully, like people can do what they want, but hopefully, other people who don't want to do drugs or anything, they don't do any drugs or anything. Anyways, so I hope that you have a great week coming up. I have a lot of work to do, and I'm happy I have that work to do. And I'm gonna continue enjoying my Sunday, my final Sunday, and I'm gonna do other stuff today. Like I'm gonna play more Duolingo, Spanish and French, and I'm gonna do one more half an hour of the hydrology course that I'm doing, and I'll continue. Hopefully by the end of the year, I've progressed a lot. So thank you for my life. I got inspired to do lives from I Show Speed and all the people that have been doing lives. I decided I'm just gonna come on. I'm gonna speak about different things that happened in my week, and then speak about anything, and then hopefully I get more subscribers and more people get interested in my channel. Have a good day. Bye.